What does a sports broadcaster do with no sports to broadcast? Because there's a temporary timeout on American sports due to COVID-19, those who love the game are stuck inside. So, what to do?
Laugh, clown, laugh. There's really nothing else you can do other than be scared all day, so you might as well laugh a little bit.
Veteran play-by-play voice Josh Lewin was walking down a Southern California street during the first days of a no-sports world. Then, suddenly, he was back in the broadcast booth.
Camry, looking. No one coming left. No one coming right. Guns the engine. He is gone!
At least mentally. Soon, he was doing play-by-play of, well, anything at all.
I think taquito got a lot of play for some reason. The microwaving a taquito seemed to be the one that really hit.
Everyone waiting for the Maytag microwave to produce.
Again, just goofy nonsense, but I think we all kind of need that right now.
It's happening. Delirium in Solana Beach. Do you believe in afternoon snacking? Yes! Oh my, does that look good?
Lewin isn't the only broadcaster trying to reach sports fans' hearts through their funny bone.
Let's go!
Brandon Godin was supposed to broadcast the men's NCAA tournament on Westwood One Radio.
2 seconds, Rockmont off the pool, 3 for the win! He got it!
He missed the madness of the tournament, so he got to work, creating this.
That in one shining moment, you reached deep inside.
Basketball fans who longed to hear the famous song marking the end of the tournament could turn to YouTube, where Godin took on the roles of coach, player, fanatic fan, and more.
There were times late at night or early in the morning where I'm shooting these scenes, the confetti scene on the final day, that got to be a little bit maddening. But at that point, as someone who plays poker might say, I was pot committed.
It's got 100,000 views and still going strong. Grateful feedback litters the comments.
And those responses, as cliche as it sounds, were truly a reward, because it was just nice to say, people actually needed something like this. They're looking for breaks right now, and I just provided them one outlet, a little bit of enjoyment, and a little piece of something that they missed.
Next up is a studio host who brings sports news. Well, sort of.
Busy day today, so let's get to it.
Mike Hall of the Big Ten Network was on full-time dad and husband duty before he decided to bring his work back home. With no live sports to cover, he only had one question.
So what can I do that is almost like sports? And then it becomes, well, my life is a lot about dog walking right now, all right? How can I turn that into a sport?
A career high was set by my dog, who was taken out on 5 different walks by his owners.
Well, my wife's drinking a hell of a lot of wine. How can I turn that into a statistic?
Well, here's the latest. My wife continues to boost her Pinot Noir average this week. She's up to 7 glasses a day. That leads the neighborhood's standings.
How can I take whatever we're dealing with in our day-to-day lives and somehow make it about sports?
Halfway through the contest, my child stood up and said, "I don't like this game anymore, you stooty face."
Hall says credit belongs to the doctors and nurses, but just because he can't cure a virus doesn't mean he can't cheer someone up.
Well, sports are canceled, and they're utterly unimportant right now. The important thing is listening to doctors and scientists. So what can I do? I can do nothing. Well, maybe I can do a small thing that makes somebody smile.
With sports at a standstill, those who spend most of the year on the road are grounded. Broadcasters are missing out on thousands of paychecks and opportunities to improve, but they're getting support from each other.
I think it's really great that we have a community, because we all know that we're not in it alone. Like, everyone's dealing with this at this time, and it sucks. There's no other way to describe it.
We need each other during this time. I mean, this industry is so competitive, Jack, and we've talked about that, but I look at the fact that it is a small world. We are all in this together, and that's not a cliche. It's the truth. We need each other right now.
We're all waiting for the games to safely begin. But until then, socially distant fun is the sport of choice. Jack Leto.
I'm Mike Hall. We'll see you next.
NNN Sports.